Grand Rising survivors. Hope everyone is having a wonderful start of their day or had a wonderful start. I want to talk about it. And when I say talk about it, I mean healing narratives, coping with PTSD realities. Having PTSD can come across kind of different to other people if they're not aware of it or, um, they don't know what's going on with you. You may come across as 0 to 10 in 5.5 seconds. You may come across as walking. You got to walk on eggshells, or you can't say certain words to it, it's just going to go off. Um, and which, when you have PTSD, it can be like that. It can be, and if you haven't had therapy and you don't know what's going on with you, it can. So I just want to shed light on that, and that it is light after the dark tunnel. Okay? So having PTSD in my life, I think in my past, I was known as someone that would go off. I'll go off if you said something wrong to me, and I felt threatened. Now I know people might say, "Well, somebody's threatened me." I would too, but no, it's not like that. It could be the way you said it, the sound of the tone of your voice. Um, it can be that mode or that moment where the sun is shining and hitting you in your face, and someone says something to you and you just kind of go off. You go into protective mode for yourself, and that's where therapy comes in. That's where when you do get therapy. And also, you guys, I want to make a disclaimer. I am not a psychologist, psychiatrist. I have no medical degree. Um, Everything I tell you is from my experience. So, and when you have PTSD, as I was saying, and people around you don't know that you have that or that you're dealing with certain things, you may come across people that don't understand, and they just think that something's really wrong with you, and really you're just trying to balance that episode. You're trying to um, you're actually living in that moment of your memory. You're living in the past. So the main thing with PTSD is to stay present. Stay present. Those hurtful memories and hurtful thoughts of abuse in your childhood, in your teenagehood and adulthood are the past. But, it's easier said than done because you find yourself there in the past. So you're protecting yourself. You may be going off and telling people certain things that, I'm not going to take it. I'm not going to take you talking to me like that. They may have said just something they thought was funny, or they may have said something that was not aggressive, but in your mind, you think that it is. So you go into defense mode. You go into a place of protection, um, which we call fight or flight. Okay, that's what you call fight or flight, and it's okay to have fight or flight because those are your survival skills as a human. But when it interrupts your quote unquote normal life, then there's a problem. And I would have that a lot. Um, I didn't know what it was. I didn't. All I knew was that I was not going to ever be um, abused again in no way, fashion, or form. Um, no, I don't have time for setbacks. I don't have time for, you to get it. Whatever it is, I don't have time for that. No. So either you're going to do it right, we're going to do it together, or just got to keep going, right? Um, PTSD can be very difficult. I think PTSD is difficult in relaying to people that have no idea of what you're going through. They just think you're stupid, they think you're crazy, they think something's wrong with you, but what you're doing is surviving. So don't feel bad. Do not feel bad for surviving survivors. Please don't. Okay? Because those that talk about you and call you their friend or call themselves your friend are not. They're just not. People that do love you and have your interest at hand want to be a part of your reality and perspective. And they want to see things like you see it so that they can be comforting and support you through it. So don't get caught up on what others think, because in my past, I always taught my kids, you don't worry about what people say about you, because if you don't believe that's you have nothing to worry about. That's their problem. I think when I started having episodes is when I started really worrying about what people thought of me, because I was fighting an illness that I really didn't know anything about. Okay? So I had to educate myself through therapy, which I encourage everyone to go get therapy or counseling. Find out what it is that keeps triggering you or keeps you in a certain character or situation, That's what I dealt with. I had to let go of some things. I had to actually shed my shell and become soft and become vulnerable to my therapist, because I had no support, no family support in that way. And I had to forgive myself for holding on to what I blamed other people for. You can't blame other people for your situation. You have to fix it. And sometimes you can't fix it. You can't fix that relationship with that person. You only can fix yourself. So you have to allow them to feel that way, because that they're entitled to their own opinions and realities. But the main thing is that you are getting better and that you love yourself and that you are willing to put everything on the table, shed your shell, so that when it hardens again and when you're able to stand up and face the world, that you are stronger than you were, because now you have knowledge of what you have. And having PTSD doesn't mean that you're crazy. It really gets me that people really think that. What I think is crazy, excuse me, I'm just coughing, is when you do harm to other people. That's a psychological problem. When you cause hurt to other people intentionally, your intentions play a big part in hurting someone. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, survivors, because there is light at the end of the tunnel. I refuse to fail. I refuse to get caught up in anyone else's web, okay, cobweb or dust or whatever you want to call it. I love you guys. And remember, you are not alone. I am going to go ahead and get off now. I do have a couple other things I need to do. And I will be back. And um, I am going to do a QA about um, PTSD. So, and being a melanated woman. Um, and also address other nationalities or other um, cultures that suffer from it too. But I think melanated women, we really have to address what's been going on with us for years, and that we do suffer from PTSD or PTSS. So, anyway, make sure that you change your negative thoughts to your positive thoughts and make good choices. It does work. Thanks, guys. Love you. Mwah.